What doctors aren't telling you about medications and memory loss. Welcome to your health partner. Imagine one day you wake up and realize that your brain isn't functioning like it used to. Precious memories slowly fade away. Familiar names are forgotten, and remembering an appointment or finding your keys becomes a difficult challenge. What happened? Could it be due to aging, or is it just part of the natural aging process? The truth might surprise you. It's very likely that the medications you take every day are quietly damaging your memory and brain health. And this could be happening without you even realizing it. While many people assume these medications are harmless and even necessary for their health, a shocking study has shown that some medications commonly used by older adults are the culprits behind memory loss, a condition threatening millions of people worldwide. But don't worry, this isn't a sentence for your future. This story is not irreversible. In this video, we'll reveal 9 common medications linked to memory decline and dementia, and what's even more surprising is that they are easy to find in your medicine cabinet. What's staggering is that you could be using them right now without knowing their hidden dangers to your brain. Let's explore together, and don't miss the end of the video. Before we begin, let us know where you're watching this video from in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any helpful content. Now let's dive in. Part 1. Common medications that cause memory loss as we age. Brain health becomes a critical factor that cannot be overlooked. However, few people realize that the medications we use daily can silently cause memory decline and increase the risk of dementia. These medications not only affect cognitive function, but can also gradually damage the brain without showing immediate signs. Let's take a look at some common medications that older adults often use, but which can cause severe damage to our brains. Number 9. First-generation antihistamines. First-generation antihistamines, like diphenhydramine, are commonly used to reduce allergies, colds, or to help people sleep. However, what most people don't know is that these medications belong to the anticholinergic class, which reduces the activity of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter in the brain that is essential for maintaining memory and learning ability. When acetylcholine is reduced, the brain faces cognitive decline, leading to memory loss and decreased cognitive function. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that older adults using strong anticholinergic drugs daily for 3 years had a 54% increased risk of developing dementia. The initial symptoms may be very mild, such as forgetting appointments or misplacing objects, but gradually, this condition worsens and leads to severe memory loss. Research statistics. A Harvard University study showed that older adults using diphenhydramine for 3 years had double the risk of cognitive decline compared to those who did not use antihistamines. Another study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society stated that using first-generation antihistamines could impair cognitive function and increase the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's in older adults. Number 8. Benzodiazepines, such as Valium, Xanax, and Ativan, are often prescribed to older adults to treat anxiety, insomnia, or muscle tension. While they help you relax quickly and reduce anxiety, their long-term effects can seriously harm the brain. These medications work by enhancing the activity of GABA, a neurotransmitter that calms the brain and body. But when the brain is slowed for prolonged periods, it results in memory loss, confusion, and even structural changes in the brain. A study in the British Medical Journal showed that individuals using benzodiazepines for more than 3 months had a 51% higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. This is especially concerning because many older adults use tranquilizers to solve sleep problems and continue using them for years without realizing their impact on memory and cognitive function. Research statistics, according to the World Health Organization. Up to 25% of older adults worldwide use benzodiazepines long-term, and a study from the U.S. National Institutes of Health found that using benzodiazepines for 6 consecutive months increased the risk of dementia by 80% compared to those who did not use the drug. These numbers highlight the serious harm that benzodiazepines can cause to cognitive function in older adults. Number 7. Proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, pantoprazole, and esomeprazole are used to treat acid reflux and heartburn. While these drugs are effective at reducing digestive symptoms, recent studies show that they can have a serious side effect that few people are aware of. They reduce the absorption of vitamin B12 and magnesium, two nutrients crucial for brain function. Low B12 levels can lead to memory decline, memory loss, and even nerve damage. A German study found that older adults who frequently use PPIs had a 44% higher risk of memory loss compared to those who didn't use these medications. If you notice feeling sluggish or mentally slow after meals, the problem may not be the food, but the medication you're using. Research statistics. A study conducted by the University of Munich, involving over 70,000 older adults, found that those who used PPIs for over 2 years had a 44% higher risk of Alzheimer's and severe memory loss. Another study from New York University showed that PPI users for over 5 years may face brain shrinkage and cognitive decline. Number 6. Antipsychotic medications, such as risperidone, olanzapine, and quetiapine, are often used to treat behavioral disorders in older adults, especially those with dementia or schizophrenia. While these medications can help stabilize behavior, they can have severe side effects on brain function in older adults. Antipsychotics work by altering the levels of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which are vital for brain function. While the drugs help reduce extreme behaviors like agitation or anxiety, prolonged use can lower brain activity, leading to cognitive decline, memory loss, and confusion. A study from the FDA showed that using antipsychotics in older adults, especially those with dementia, can increase the risk of death by up to 30% and cause rapid cognitive decline. Another study from the National Institute on Aging confirmed that long-term use of antipsychotics can result in severe memory loss and the loss of the ability to care for oneself. Research statistics. A study of over 4,000 older adults in the U.S. showed that those using antipsychotics had double the risk of memory loss and cognitive decline compared to those not using the drug. Long-term users also experience structural changes in the brain, with areas related to memory and learning shrinking significantly. Number 5. Sleep aid. Sleep is a crucial factor for brain health, but when sleep becomes difficult, many older adults turn to Z drugs like Ambien, Sonata, and Lunesta to help them sleep better. These drugs work by slowing down brain activity, helping the user fall asleep quickly. However, this intervention may disrupt the brain's natural sleep cycle, reduce sleep quality, and negatively impact memory and the ability to form new memories. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that older adults who use Z drugs had a 50% higher risk of developing memory loss compared to those who did not use them. Moreover, Z drugs are linked to poor quality sleep syndrome, causing the brain not to recover properly, which in turn affects memory and the ability to process information throughout the day. Research statistics. A long-term study of over 15,000 older adults found that using Z drugs increases the risk of developing Alzheimer's by 30% and raises the risk of falls due to a lack of alertness and slower reflexes. Those who use Z drugs for extended periods often experience short-term memory loss and increased fatigue throughout the day. Number 4. Antidepressants. Depression is not uncommon among older adults, and as a result, antidepressants like amitriptyline and doxepin are often prescribed to help them feel better. However, tricyclic antidepressants can have serious side effects on the brain, especially when used long-term. These drugs belong to the anticholinergic group, meaning they block acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter vital for memory and thinking. When acetylcholine is blocked, memory and concentration gradually decrease, leading to memory loss, confusion, and even dementia. A study published in JAMA found that using tricyclic antidepressants is associated with a doubled risk of dementia, especially with long-term use. Those using these medications often experience fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and cognitive decline. Research statistics. A 6-year study from Yale University showed that individuals who used tricyclic antidepressants for more than 3 years had an 85% increased risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline compared to those who did not use the medication. Number 3. Bladder control medications. Urgency and bladder control are sensitive issues for older adults. Medications like oxybutynin, toltrodine, and solifenacin are often prescribed to reduce symptoms of urinary urgency and incontinence. However, what many don't know is that these drugs are also anticholinergic, meaning they block acetylcholine activity in the brain. Studies have shown that long-term use of bladder control medications can lead to brain shrinkage, particularly in areas of the brain related to memory and learning. A study from the University of California, San Francisco, showed that people who used these medications had poorer memory and smaller brain volumes than those who didn't use them. Research statistics. A study published in the Journal of Urology found that using bladder control medications for 2 to 3 years could reduce brain volume by up to 15%, particularly in areas of the brain responsible for cognition and memory. This study also revealed that users of bladder control medications had a 1.5 times faster memory decline rate compared to non-users. Number 2. Cholesterol-lowering drug statins, like atorvastatin, simvastatin, and rosuvastatin, are commonly used to lower cholesterol and prevent heart disease. While statins help reduce the risk of stroke and heart attacks, few people know that they can also affect memory and cognitive function. Cholesterol is not the enemy of the body as many people think. In fact, our brains contain about 25% of the body's cholesterol, and this substance is essential for maintaining nerve cells. Lowering cholesterol too much can reduce the production of neurotransmitters, leading to memory loss, brain fog, and difficulty concentrating. A study published in Journal of Pharmacotherapy showed that 75% of people using statins experience symptoms such as poor memory, brain fog, and difficulty concentrating after taking the drug for a long period. Moreover, the University of California, San Francisco, found that statin users under 6 months had a 40% higher risk of cognitive dysfunction. Research statistics. According to a study from the U.S. National Institutes of Health, people using statins for more than 6 months may face increased brain fog and memory loss symptoms. A large study by the American Heart Association also showed a 20% increased risk of Alzheimer's in older adults who continuously use statins. Number 1. Anticholinergic combination medications. Topping the list of medications dangerous for memory are anticholinergic combination drugs. These are not a single medication, but a combination of several anticholinergic drugs in one pill or treatment regimen. For example, cold medicines that combine diphenhydramine with decongestants or digestive medications containing scopolamine and atropine fall into this category. Using these medications long-term can have very serious consequences for memory and cognitive function. A prominent study from Harvard University showed that using anticholinergic combination drugs for 10 years could increase the risk of dementia by 54%. Research statistics. A long-term study following over 3 Older adults for 10 years found that those using anticholinergic combination drugs had a 54% higher risk of developing memory loss compared to those who didn't use them. The combination of several anticholinergic drugs can have a cumulative effect, lowering acetylcholine in the brain and leading to severe cognitive dysfunction. Part 2. How to counteract the harm of medications. Nutrition for the brain. After learning about the medications that can damage memory and brain health, we cannot overlook ways to protect the brain and prevent the negative effects of drugs. Nutrition plays a crucial role in maintaining brain health, especially in older adults. Therefore, in this section, we will explore nutritious foods that can support brain health, reduce cognitive decline, and protect the brain from the harmful effects of medications. Number 3, blueberries. The brain fruit, blueberries are not only a delicious fruit, but also a superfood for the brain. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, a powerful antioxidant that helps fight oxidation in the brain, the process where brain cells are damaged by free radicals. Oxidation is a major factor contributing to the acceleration of brain aging and cognitive decline. A study conducted at the University of Cincinnati found that people who consumed blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks had significant improvements in learning and memory. This study shows that blueberries can extend the lifespan of brain cells, reduce memory loss, and protect the brain from negative environmental effects. Research statistics. A study with 40 older adults found that those who consumed blueberries regularly for 2 months significantly improved their recallability and learning capacity while slowing down brain aging. Those who ate blueberries daily had better memory retention and less cognitive decline compared to those who did not. Number 2, fatty fish. The brain superfood fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, a key component in brain cells. DHA plays an important role in maintaining the integrity of nerve cells and communication between brain cells. Additionally, DHA helps reduce inflammation in the brain and protect brain cells from damage. A long-term study from Alzheimer's Disease Journal found that people who ate 2 servings of fatty fish weekly had a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's compared to those who did not eat fatty fish. DHA in fatty fish also helps improve alertness and maintain memory in older adults, especially those showing early signs of memory decline. Research statistics. According to a study from Harvard University, eating salmon every week can reduce the risk of memory loss and Alzheimer's by 20% in older adults. DHA helps maintain brain health, reduce inflammation, and support the development of nerve cells. Number 1, leafy greens. Brain foods leafy greens, particularly kale, spinach, and collard greens, are rich sources of vitamin K. Vitamin K is an essential nutrient that helps protect brain cells and enhances cognitive function. Leafy greens also contain folate, lutein, and beta-carotene, all of which protect the brain from oxidation and reduce inflammation, thereby maintaining memory and preventing cognitive decline. A study in Neurology Journal found that people who ate 1 to 2 servings of leafy greens daily had brain function equivalent to people younger than them by 11 years. This shows that leafy greens are among the most effective foods in protecting brain health. Research statistics. A study from Rush University found that people who consume 2 servings of leafy greens daily experience 50% slower memory decline compared to those who ate fewer greens. This proves that adding leafy greens to your diet not only helps maintain good memory, but also slows down brain aging. Conclusion: protect brain health and counteract the negative effects of medications on memory. We must pay attention not only to adjusting our medication, but also to adding brain-boosting foods to our daily diet. Foods like blueberries, fatty fish, and leafy greens not only provide essential nutrients for the brain, but also help slow down memory decline, protect the brain from oxidation, reduce inflammation, and maintain alertness. These smart food choices will be the key to sustaining your brain health, especially as age increases.